morning, everybody. Happy Monday. My name is Christian Lumbu with Lumbumanagements LLC. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please like my channel, subscribe to it, and share my channel as much as possible. I'm here to try to share some knowledge, and also just to share some questions that some people definitely had. So yeah, let's get to it. Did y'all like that? All right. So I had a question. How do you find your houses cheap? How do you make it happen? And also the second question was, what are your habits, your daily habits? So that's the second question. All right. So let's go to the first. Let's reverse it. I'm gonna start with the habits, and then we're gonna go to the housing. So my habits daily, I wake up early. I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. Naturally, so I usually don't have an alarm. It just wakes me up at 6 a.m. every day. I go downstairs, 10-15 minutes. I meditate. No cell phone or nothing, just meditate. And afterwards, I try to get a little workout in, maybe 15-20 minutes. And after my workout, I eat my breakfast. As far as breakfast-wise, I make my breakfast or my meals 3 days in advance. Okay? I'm trying to live a healthier lifestyle. So me, by pre-making my meals, I'm not tempted to go to the restaurants and buy their foods. My goal, if you guys are not aware, I've already lost 50 pounds. Trying to lose another maybe 100 pounds, so I'll be a totally different person. But yeah, so those are some of my habits. I usually do not watch TV. I spend most of my time listening to people like myself on YouTube, podcast, and so forth. I also spend a lot of my time reading books, listening to motivational speeches, whether it's like gym motivations or just life motivations, etc., etc. I guess getting my brain power going. Now, going to that real estate side, how do I find these houses? Number one, I find my houses through if you at home or when I'm relaxed at home, whenever really, I go to Marketplace about once a day. For about 5 minutes, I spend my time on Marketplace, and I type in cheap houses or rehabber specials or handyman specials, or wholesale or owner finance. I type all this stuff in on Marketplace and see what comes up. And I usually even go up to an hour and a half away from me just to see what's out there too. If it's a really great deal, I may want it. So you never know. I also look up multifamily, 4-unit buildings, apartments, just random cute words you can use on every platform to try to find yourself real estate. All right, that's Marketplace, number one. Number two, Craigslist. I do the same thing on Craigslist. I make sure I go for sale by owner, and I use the same stuff that I just mentioned for Marketplace as well. I don't really like dealing a lot with homes that are listed on by realtors already, because you cannot speak to the owner directly, so it's harder to negotiate with the owner. You can't see the owner's reaction and all that, and also the realtor wants to get paid, so they don't want to do special financing. They don't want you to haggle. They're gonna ask you to sign in one of those working with the realtor forms, so they can become your agent if you don't have an agent. I'm not about all that. I usually just don't even waste my time unless it's a really hot deal, and I just get one of my realtors to to put an offer in and go from there. Another way, sometimes, which not a lot, like rarely, look on Zillow and look for sale by owner. And basically try to research the house, see how much they're selling for, if it's realistic, and I'll contact the owner to see their reasoning of selling the house. You got to understand why the owner is selling the house, because that will give you the tools to know how much they're really willing to let it go for. If somebody's just like putting the house on the market just to see if it sells, they may not be as motivated as somebody who, you know, needs to move out of town. They have to sell the house right away, but they don't want to pay realtor costs because they're not making any money. That's different, you know. Also look on Redfin. I also use my realtors. I have really good relationships with my realtors in different cities, so it doesn't hurt to always have a realtor send you some off-market deals. If they know that you're serious about purchasing, they'll constantly send you homes. And lastly, I also use loopnet.com. With loopnet.com, it's typically for commercial type situations, multifamily, 5 units or more. You know, that's where I find a lot of that particular deal. But just remember, with loopnet.com, a lot of them usually don't respond quite well. So you find something, contact a broker so they can help you put an offer in to those particular units. Yeah, but yeah, that's really how I go about finding my deals and my houses cheap. But I also negotiate while I'm at it. I don't just go out of my way and give a full price offer and everything. Oh, one thing I forgot. I also use a lot of wholesalers. Wholesalers send me deals, but a lot of the wholesalers that know me, you're not gonna get me for full price. Okay, like a whole bunch of wholesalers will tell you, hey, this is only 50,000, but it's worth 200,000. You only need $5,000 worth of rehab. No, you got to do your own research. With a lot of wholesalers, they're just trying to make a buck. That $50,000 house is probably only worth 70 grand, and he probably needs about 50 grand worth of work. So you probably overpaid for that sucker. Or if you actually pay, I guess the price or whatever, and it doesn't take you that much to rehab it, you're gonna break even. You're not gonna make money. A lot of wholesalers also don't account for the realtor cost after you finish the house and you want to sell it. You know, they don't account the expenses that you gotta go through with a realtor. So you know the real wholesalers. Like a lot of the wholesalers that are really good are the ones that probably get about 70-80% of the deals. The ones that are sucky will basically piggyback off another wholesaler. They'll get a house and then try to wholesale it to somebody else for more money than the other wholesaler. And there's ways to find that, you know, so just keep that in mind. All right? Be great. Have an awesome day. I love y'all. Peace.